My name is Daniel Adamson, and I am working with the Department of Plant Sciences at the University of Wyoming. I'm just starting my master's project, and this is the project we're working on. It's just beginning this summer. We're looking at herbicide carryover in the soil and herbicide degradation. So one reason we're concerned about that is if we get some drought years, or in the future we may be pressured to start using less irrigation water. There's some potential problems that could result with how we use our herbicides. One of those is they may not degrade in the soil in the proper amount of time, and they may carry over and damage crops in the next cropping cycle or the next year. So we're trying to figure out if that's going to be an issue with some herbicides that you use at the beginning of the season. They're soil applied herbicides, and just the chemical makeup of them makes it so they have a potential to stay in the soil for a long time. So what we're doing is we're setting up a project where we spray all these herbicides we're interested in, and then we're irrigating our crops at different levels. One gets the full amount of irrigation, one gets only 70% of the full. And this year we're planting corn and dry beans, and we're doing a lot of soil sampling, and hopefully we'll get good results to be able to tell how that herbicide is degrading in the soil. And then the next year we're going to follow up, and we're going to plant some crops that are maybe susceptible to a little herbicide damage. So sugar beets, dry beans, probably some sunflowers, maybe some barley. And we're going to plant them over those original plots that we started this year, and then we're going to see if there's any damage that occurs. So it's just starting. That's what we're looking at, and hopefully we can figure out if that's something we need to worry about in the future or maybe not. This is all under sprinkler irrigation right now, yes, but one of the things that kind of prompted this study was something that one of my advisors noticed in a furrow irrigated field where every other row had some herbicide damage because only every other row was irrigated. So the dry rows had carried over a little more herbicide. We went with 70 mostly because we could go lower and perhaps find that there was some more carryover, but that doesn't really make any practical sense for a farmer. You would never cut irrigation down to the point that your yield would suffer extremely. So yes, this is just starting. More results next year, then we're going to do everything over again next year also. So yeah, one more thing I thought of is we're also going to try and figure out a way that a farmer could potentially take some soil samples in the fall and maybe grow some crops inside in the spring before they plant, and test that soil for themselves and just make sure that nothing bad would happen if they actually planted out in the field. So it would basically be something really simple. It's like a bioassay where they would take some of their own soil and plant the crop that they're going to plant or that they're worried about, and just see if there's any damage. It would be kind of an observational, really simple thing like that. So.